dealing with fractured family. I'm divorced. My kids are grown. They're doing great. Fantastic. I still feel love, or I don't know now what it is, for my ex-wife who's remarried. So when I face the picture of a family, I need Source's perspective to help me to look at that picture because it disconnects me immediately.
Well, this will be easy for you for this reason. When you say and mean, we know you mean, that I feel love for my ex-wife, that means that you are in connection with Source in order to feel that love. You see what we're getting at? In other words, that's the way Source feels too. So what is it that you're reaching for? In other words, we've been saying feeling the way Source feels is just the ultimate way of being, and you're saying it's not enough, you want something more?
Well, once I had the image in place, I had some tough times, So now that I'm trying to get past these tough times,
we think this will help you. We think this will help you a lot. Because in your now, there's a tendency, and it's logical, we know, to go back and try to relitigate things.
I'm a lawyer, remember.
Well, then you've really got this going on. So there is this wanting to do something about what is past in order to affect what is now. And of course you can't do it. All you can do is put all of your power now. But these are the words that we so want you to hear. Law of attraction, accomplished as it always does for you, the perfect path to and finding of harmony. And by that we mean, as hard as you tried, you were not going to find harmony. The harmony had to come in the way that it did, and it's a good thing. The harmony that you are really seeking is more possible under these conditions of the way your life has unfolded than under the way that you think you would have dictated if you could have controlled everything in a sort of manual way. Is this making sense to you?
I would agree that I did do everything under the sun, in a sense, to try to control the conditions.
And couldn't.
No, I could not.
And so law of attraction answered your heart's true desire, and all is well. All is so well. This is the thing that we desire for you to take away from this conversation to really feel, is that who you are is wonderful as you are, and that there's no reason to struggle in any sense of having done something different, because law of attraction did its work and everything is perfect and everything always has been and is working out for you. So if you can accept the rightness of the way it unfolded, because law of attraction is always right, you didn't mess up by offering a vibration that law of attraction responded to bring you something that you didn't want. You, more consistently than you are willing to accept or realize, offered a vibration that brought about results that are in harmony with who you are and what you really want. And there's more coming.
I do want the greatest good, even if I'm not in the picture. I would prefer everybody healthy than to be together in an unhealthy scenario. However,
and that is what law of attraction manages. In other words, we're asking you to believe in your well-being and in your goodness, even when it was hard times that you think you were living through. However, you said, however,
I can't put the picture back together again. It's like I'm outside a snow globe that I'm pounding on it as hard as I can, and my old family has died to me.
No.
And it's one thing to say, okay, now it's like year after year, and nothing else seems attractive to me. Nothing. I love my kids. I don't want any other people's kids. I really don't. They're perfect. I love them. I did my job. They're excellent. I feel blessed. But I can't put that family picture back together.
Well, this is what you're helping us say in the most powerful way that we've ever said it. It's not your job to put the picture back together. And that falls in with the sentence, don't try to relitigate the past. What we're asking you to do is to accept the profound perfection of what law of attraction has brought about, and accept your worthy part, your connected part in bringing it about. And when you do that, then the next things that flow to you talking about a future that isn't. But the next thing...
We're in the now, and they're not here in that form. So I'm trying to... Look, I view you guys as God, so I don't want to go off, but if this is the picture I was hoping for, this family, which I feel so strongly, that's who we are. Either an outside influence, something is not syncing this together, and I don't know whether to just give it up and move on and kill the family picture.
Here's the distinction that we want you to feel here, and you're in a place that you will feel it. The picture that you have and the good way you feel about it and the way you feel about all of the people involved, as you speak that and as you feel that, you are in alignment with the broader part of who you are. What's tripping you up is that you are asking that then that emotional picture then transform into something. You're trying to do something, and the subject of effort that we were talking about just a little bit ago. There's this feeling that I'm doing this alignment stuff so that I can affect the outcome in the way that I want to. We want you to just for a little while longer not find your connection, which you have found. It is clear to us by the words that you're speaking. Find your connection and allow that connection to evolve as law of attraction will naturally cause it to evolve, rather than you trying to figure out. The words that you're saying is, I'm trying to put the picture back together. That's what's tripping you up. That's what trips everyone up. When you ask the question of how it's going to happen, where it's going to happen, when it's going to happen, who it's going to happen with, and you don't have the answers to that, you lose your connection. But when you talk about what you want and why you want it, you find your connection in that powerful way. We have been feeling you for a long time. We know who you are. We know who all of you are, but we've had conversations specifically about this situation. And it is our promise to you that what you've accomplished in this sense of well-being around this, the love that you are feeling for these people, is the relationship that you are always looking for. Because it's your relationship with your own inner being that matters most. And what happens with them will be a law of attraction thing. So what if, for example, you came into complete alignment with who you are, about someone specific, and as you come into complete alignment with who you are, they still move out of your experience? What does that mean? It means they're not in alignment with who they are, and they're sure not in alignment with who you are. And the feeling that you've got to do enough to make them come back to you is what trips all of you up. Your job is singular. Hook up with your inner being and you will live happily ever after. And don't try to dictate the specifics of the way that then translates out. That's what goes wrong with so many, as you are trying to figure out, if I do this and this and this, then law of attraction will cause this and this and this to happen. And that's where it goes south for you, because law of attraction is going to cause it to happen in the way that is vibrationally equitable to everyone who is involved, you see.
So you cannot control the choice of another, period.
And you cannot control their vibrational relationship with their inner being or their vibrational relationship with you. For you to have found the peace that you've found under these conditions means that the relationships that you intended coming in have satisfied the intention. For you to be in vibrational harmony with your own inner being to the degree that you are, without those people doing the things that you thought you needed them to do in order to feel this way, that's a powerful understanding. And if you can keep yourself from trying to control what comes next, if you can accept that as the gift that is given for now.
It seems like sometimes when you're a parent, the goal is to get them on their feet, get them self-sufficient.
The goal is to love them ever after.
Right. But sometimes the goal is to be involved as well later. And sometimes the goal is to have the family evolve through grandkids. It feels like it's in my vortex, but it's not accessible. And the momentum of just every day, that train is gone. I mean, it's so far gone. I'm just sitting here dead in the station.
Well, here's the most important thing for you to hear, and we're at the end of the recording. But here's the thing that we really want you to hear, is that no creation is ever done. Nothing is ever done. And every creation has the potential of yielding more expansion. And so don't call it dead in the water, and don't call it at the end of the station. In other words, instead acknowledge that the benefit that you've received from it. And just for a little while, we know that you heard, a lot of you did, what we were talking about the singular and most important, in fact, only thing that is important in this powerful now is your alignment with who you are. And the fact that you are focusing upon these people in the loving way that you are means that you have found a workaround. It means that you've done something that almost nobody does. You've taken the condition out of it and you've found love anyway. That is a really remarkable thing. To have found the depth and consistently of love that you have found, even though the condition didn't evolve in the way that you thought you needed it to in order to find that love, is really, 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 really a big thing. And this vibrational accomplishment that you are standing in the middle of will serve you in all of the ways that you want it to. But your belief that you have to somehow use this alignment in order to fix that specific thing and make it something that it isn't is the tripping point for you. Accept it as it bringing you to who you are. Accept it as it bringing you to alignment with Source in a way that you would have never found alignment with Source. And then revel in your alignment with Source and watch what next comes to you. No family remains the same. Those kids grow up. They're not the same as when they were little. They aren't the same as they were last year. Nothing remains the same. What you're wanting to do is converge with things in your now that are a vibrational match to who you are now. And there are so many who are clinging to heritage and to inheritance and to legacies and to families who deprive themselves of being on this receiving mode right here and now where they're receiving a richer tapestry of life. You see what we're getting at?
I'll let me go, but I understand what you're saying. I just have to grow.